Welcome to the Bella Vista Gardening Program. I am Jerry Horner, and with me today is Pat Meyer. She is the new president of the Bella Vista Garden Club this year, and she's also a fellow member of the Benton County Master Gardeners. So we want to welcome Pat.
Thank you.
And we'll be talking today about the Bella Vista Garden Club. It's our 50th anniversary next year in 22, and we're going to be having a lot of events to celebrate that. And we also be talking about upcoming events and what to do in your garden in August. So we'll be talking about that a little later. But first I want to talk and thank our sponsor, the Creeks Nursery on McNelly Road in Bella Vista. It's a great place to purchase plants and products, and they've got wonderful rocks and hardscape, and it's a great little place to shop for your garden. And if you're shopping there, don't forget to thank them for sponsoring our show. We really appreciate it. And the upcoming events, the Benton County Fair has been postponed to September. They were having it in August,
Right.
which is really hot. And so it's going to be September 28th through October 2nd. So we'll have more information on the show next month about that. So, but August is a terrible month to be out in that field. It's so hot. So, but anyway, we're here to discuss the Bella Vista Garden Club plans for the year, and you've been really busy.
Yes, I have.
You've been putting a lot of hours making all these plans, and it's going to be a great year.
Right.
We start out our year in, actually we start in July 1.
Right.
And the first event we have coming up is the state of Arkansas, the Arkansas Federation of Garden Clubs. We normally had our meetings in April.
Right.
And for the past 2 years, because of COVID, we haven't met. So we're going to be meeting August 23rd and 24th in Little Rock. So, and that's where we get our awards. If we won any awards from the state or region or national, we'll get them in August. So, but then after that, it's September. That's when the year really starts.
Right.
So
that's
your plans on September 22nd, our first meeting?
our first meeting will be held on the 22nd. It's at the Bella Vista Community Church, and we have a social time, starts at 9:30, and everybody is welcome to attend. It's not restricted just to members.
Yeah.
Our guest speaker will be Megan Langford. She's a horticultural supervisor at the Botanical Gardens of the Ozarks, and she's also one of the Bella Vista Garden Club recipients of our scholarships.
And she received the scholarships 2 years.
Right, she did.
Two scholarships.
Yes.
And she's put them to good use.
She really has.
She really
yes,
has.
She has.
Yeah.
She's going to speak about a day in the life of a horticulturist.
Well, that'll really be interesting.
It will be.
Yeah.
I've always wondered what actually does a horticulturist do. So,
Yeah.
Also attending will be our 2 scholarship recipients for this year for the Dorothy Wallace Scholarship. And we gave 2 scholarships at $4,000 each.
So $8,000 for giving them
$8,000,
scholarships
yes.
this month.
Right.
Right.
That's why
Or
we
in
work
September.
hard.
Yeah, all that digging in the dirt we
Yes,
do.
it pays off.
And so that's our September meeting. And then we go on, October is,
Right. October, we will have a Daffodil Sale.
the Bella Vista Daffodil.
Yes, the Bella
Yes.
Vista Daffodil, which is actually very beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And, we haven't decided on where we'll have the sale yet and the date, but that will be published on social media. And,
Yeah.
and so
You can always go to our Facebook page.
Right, yes,
To
true.
see what's going on.
Yes.
And so far, we've only done this program, I think, 4 years.
I believe so.
And I think we're up to 20,000
20,000,
bulbs
yeah,
we've ordered, and now
approximately, yeah.
we're ordering another 1,500 this year.
Right.
So hopefully when we get to 5,000 bulbs, we'll have a festival.
Right. That
Bella
would be-
Vista Daffodil Festival. So.
It would be quite spectacular.
Yes, it will. So, and then we also meet in October.
Yes, on the 27th of October. We have a speaker, Tanya Collins. She's the marketing director for Apple Seeds, Inc., and she will share a PowerPoint about introducing us to the apple seeds. It's a teaching farm that creates programs which educates and excites young students about healthy foods.
Oh, I've never
So-
heard of that.
No, I have not
Before.
either, but that should be quite an
It
interesting.
should be. And
Yes.
all of our meetings are at Community Church.
Right,
At
yes.
9:30.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then November, we don't meet in November because
No,
of Thanksgiving.
because of Thanksgiving.
Because we always meet the fourth Wednesday
Right.
of the month, so we just don't meet in November. But you made other plans.
Yes. We have a card party that benefit that we do usually every year, and it's usually in March, but this year, because of COVID, we had to cancel it. And so we have decided to hold it on November the 5th, and it will be at the Highlands United Methodist Church
And that's on Glasgow Road.
on Glasgow Road, and it will be from 8 or noon till 4.
Uh-huh.
And so there will be advertising for that coming out
Yeah,
too.
we'll be talking about that too
Soon,
later
very
on.
soon, yes. And this is going to be a fun event. There's homemade food made by the Master Gardeners, which is always excellent.
And the Garden Club members, yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. And, we raffle off baskets every
Oh,
year that are really quite wonderful.
Yeah, usually the baskets are worth like $200 or more
Oh,
products
yes.
in them. They're wonderful baskets.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they usually have a theme, and which is really nice.
Yeah.
And so it's we invite people to come and play cards and eat great food and win a prize.
Well, all the proceeds from that event, all the money we make on that event go to scholarships.
Yes.
So that's why we
Right.
have
Yes.
so much money
One
in
of
our
our
scholarship fund is some of
big
these fundraisers. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
But the people love our card parties. They
yes,
do.
they do.
And we hopefully will have recipes for them.
Yes, that's what we're
Sometimes
hoping.
they eat something and they want to know what the recipe
He
is.
is,
So
right,
we'll,
yeah.
we'll
So
have those for them
Should
too.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, and then by Christmas or by December, we don't officially have a meeting in December, but
No, we usually do a Christmas luncheon with all the members and to celebrate the holidays. And then usually we'll have that on Wednesday, December the 1st. We're still working on where exactly the location will be, but and I'm hoping to have. I know one year we had the choir group from the high school,
from Bentonville. Oh,
Yes.
they're always wonderful.
and I'd like to have them come back
Yeah.
and
They
perform.
are just a wonderful, wonderful choir.
they
Bring you
really
to
are.
tears. Brings me to
Yes.
tears when I hear them. So,
So I'm hoping.
yeah. And then January we kick off actually a new year, calendar
Right.
year, but it's still part of our fiscal year. So January 26th we meet.
Right, and our guest speaker for that meeting will be Emma Pegley. She's an interim director for Home Region Program she will speak about the Walton Foundation's environmental initiatives for the Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Yes, should be
Yeah.
very
'Cause
interesting.
they have a lot of plans too for Northwest
Yes.
Arkansas.
Yeah,
So I don't think we've ever had a speaker from the foundation before.
I don't believe we have either.
And I think, Dory
Hammocky, yes.
Hammocky is
Yes.
has set up our programs, and
She's done a wonderful
done
job.
a great job. It's like past, present, and future. She's kind
Yes.
of pulling us along with this
Right.
50th
And
anniversary.
she's trying to tie the speakers in with our 50th anniversary, so
Yeah.
and she's done an excellent job.
She does.
So,
Then in February, we do meet in February.
Yes, on the 23rd
Yeah.
of February, we will have a meeting, same time, same location. The speaker then will be Dawn Denton. She is the Master Gardener, and she's also the owner of 2 businesses.
And she's got 2 now.
Yes, Gardens by You and Me, and My Little Lavender Garden.
Oh, I
or
know she
farm.
loves
Yes.
lavender.
Yes.
I didn't know she started a lavender farm.
Yes, apparently she
Yeah.
started a lavender farm. So.
She's gives you great insight on how to do your ranging,
Right,
your plants and so forth. So
yeah.
she's a great little speaker.
Yes.
She really
But
is.
she's going to speak about the cycle of garden design and a look at the past, the present, and the future for that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it should be really interesting.
And then in March we have Arbor Days in March.
Yes, we do.
And-
And that will be our first kickoff for our anniversary. We're going to do 5 events for 5 months to celebrate one event every month for a decade of that we've been in a garden club.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting. We're going to hopefully plant one or two new trees at the new fire station that's being built on Glasgow Road. So
That's coming along pretty well.
it really is. So
And then we'll have to plant some daffodils there too.
yes, that's true.
So we always got daffodils at the fire stations and police station and library and museum. Golf courses.
Yeah, they have a lot there. So.
Yeah. So that'll be the first.
That'll be the first event.
Kickoff.
That'll be the first kickoff for the 50th.
And then
we have a regular meeting on the 23rd of March.
Okay.
And we're going to have actually our mayor, Peter Christie, is going to host an interactive discussion with our members about the city's designation as a tree city, USA.
Yeah, I think we've gotten that dedication several times.
Yeah.
Mayor Christie is just so supportive of us. You know, he comes
yes.
to our plant sales, he comes to our events, and I think the last card party we had, he came and he announced the opening of the arbitrary, or I can't say the word, the site at the Blowing Springs.
Oh, Blowing Springs.
Blowing Springs. And so he's just been very supportive, and we've given him a lifetime membership to honor him for what he's done. And then he made that proclamation for the garden club too, for the
yes.
what is it? Garden Week.
Garden Week, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So
then April comes, and we'll have our first plant sale.
Okay.
This will be on April the 22nd and the 23rd. It'll be a Friday and a Saturday. The Friday one will be by appointment only.
So they go on the website and they reserve a time.
Reserve a time.
Yeah.
And and then Saturday we decided to make it open to the general public. And it'll be open from 8 to 1 on both days.
Yeah.
We will be selling tomatoes and coleus and zinnias. So
In April.
In April to start off. So
Those coleus are absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
They just grow and grow, and they're just gorgeous.
oh, and
in
the
our
tomato
garden.
plants this year
And
were
the tomato
beautiful.
plants were beautiful.
Yes, they were.
They were in bloom
Yes, they were.
last year. Yeah, they probably will be again. We get a head start on tomatoes.
Yes.
So, and that's 8 to 1 at the village wastewater.
That's one of the village wastewater
And
plant.
we'll still always be announcing these upcoming events, so you can mark your calendars now
Right.
and be ready.
Yes.
So, and then we'll probably in April have the AFGC
Right.
annual meeting in Little Rock. We're hoping
Right.
that we'll be able to meet in person. It's always wonderful to meet gardeners from across the state, and and then the regional meeting is usually in April, and that's 4 states: Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Arkansas. So you get to meet gardeners from that part of the country. It's really interesting. You know. Then we're going to have another event at the
Yes, our second event to celebrate our 50th will be held at the Bella Vista History Museum. That's where we will dedicate our yearbooks that they have been keeping for us.
Oh,
and
good.
we'll do some sort of a big event there, I think, try to, showcase all of our yearbooks that we've done over the last 50 years, which...
Oh, we have awards.
Oh,
They've got a
yes.
lot of information on us. All of our history is there.
Right, yes.
We've got every yearbook. We got all the minutes. We got all the treasurer's reports. We got, everything there. Up until the time where we started archiving our information on the website.
Right.
So the older information is there, and then the more current is, on our website.
Well,
But they do have a
they're-
lot of our information.
Right, and it's, the books are there for anybody to see, and so you can go and look and see how we've grown over the last 50 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a great event there.
Right. Also in April, we're going to, on the 27th, have our regular meeting again. Here our speaker will be Janet Carson from Little Rock. She is an author, a columnist, and a retired statewide horticultural specialist, heading the Master Garden program for Arkansas.
Yeah, she headed that program for many years, and she's like a walking encyclopedia. I mean, it's wonderful. We're going to have her here.
Right.
She's going to be a great speaker.
Well, she'll present a program, Gardening in the Natural State. So that will be very interesting.
Yeah, really. We've been trying to get her here for a while, so
Yeah.
this is a good time to get her here.
Right.
So, anyway. And then we used to have our plant sales the first Saturday of May every year.
Right.
And so with the COVID, we had to kind of split them up, and now we're having another plant sale in May.
Right. And on the 20th and the 21st,
Okay.
we will, which is a Friday and a Saturday again, and it'll be the same way as the April. The Friday one on the 20th will be by appointment only, and the 21st will be open to everybody.
Right.
And there we will be selling everything that's in our sand beds,
Yeah.
which is quite a long list.
And we're getting more sand beds.
We are. They have the wastewater plant is adding an additional sand bed for us.
Yeah.
They're a great group. They
Oh,
have
they
done
have-
so much for the
They
garden
have
club.
really, really helped the club.
Yes, they
really
have. And
I know we're going to have irises and milkweed and
yes,
perennials and trees and daylilies.
yes,
And,
and it just keeps growing because we
Yeah.
keep getting more and more plants
and more variety.
and more variety.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then our third event will be celebrated in May for the 50th, and it will be at the plant sale.
Oh, okay.
And actually what we're going to do is we're going to set up a tent, and we're going to have gardeners and master gardeners there to answer questions. So kind of a Q&A about any quick gardening questions you might have that's been on your mind, you can ask, and we'll have experts there to help.
We usually get a lot of new people in the area
Right.
that come to the plant sale, and they really don't know what to plant and
Right.
how to deal with the rock. You know, they have to,
That is a big issue.
they're not used to, trying to dig a hole and finding rocks.
Right.
But that's going to be a great addition for.
Yes, and it will also be a
community.
time for anybody who wants to join the garden club. We're going to have membership forms there, so come and ask questions and join the club.
Yeah, it's
So,
a great club.
Yes,
And then in May, we're also May is a busy month.
it is.
Let's see, we're planning a field trip to
Right.
St. Louis, and we planned it last year and it had to be canceled.
Right.
And planned it the year before and it had to be canceled.
Yeah.
So we'll be going to St. Louis for a couple days
Right.
and by
Overnight.
bus, and then we're gonna hopefully we'll stop at the national headquarters for the
that'd
National
be
Garden
nice.
Club.
Yeah.
That's in St. Louis, and it's
Oh.
adjacent to the Botanical
To
Garden,
gardens.
where we're going to
Yes.
tour the Botanical Garden.
And they are quite
'Cause-
spectacular
Oh,
gardens.
They
Yes.
are. They're wonderful. I'm from St. Louis, so I, grew up going there all the time. But the National Garden Club home office has a building that's the back wall is just glass, and it looks onto the garden, the Botanical Garden. So it's a beautiful setting for the National Garden Club. So it's a beautiful building to go visit. So that's going to be a fun trip. And we're also, some of the master gardeners, I think, are invited
Right.
to go. So
Yeah, I think it's being arranged through Arvest.
right, it's the Arvest Adventures.
Right.
And she's working with the garden club and the master gardeners, and then if any other seats are available, they'll have
Right.
other people come and join us. So that's going to be a fun trip.
It will.
So. And then comes the big week.
Yes, June is going to be a very busy week because June 6th through the 12th is at the National Garden Week as well as the Bella Vista Garden Week.
Yeah, that's what Mayor Christie had made a proclamation that
Right. So,
it's the Bella Vista Garden Week.
so we're going to have a lot of events going on that month. We were going to try to do 5 events at least for that week, one every day for 5 days. Some of the events that we'll have will be a June luncheon where we'll have some gardening, speakers and stuff, and so that'll tie in. Then we're going to do a garden walk on June 11th.
We haven't done a garden walk in a number of years,
I
and I
know.
think people are really looking forward to that.
And we have some spectacular gardens around Bella Vista
Yeah, we do.
to look at that'll be just really nice.
Yeah.
And we also are going to have bicycles that was donated by Pedal It Forward, which is a great organization.
It really is.
And they get bikes donated to them, and they repair them, and then they give them out to needy people or organizations that need them and it's just spectacular what they
is.
do.
It
and
is.
it's really
great. Well, those bicycles are going to be beautiful.
Right, we're going to auction. We're going to raffle them off. I think we'll be decorating
After.
them, and so that
Yeah.
should be spectacular
Yeah.
too. So that'd be really nice. And then we plan to have a photo op at the farmers market,
Oh, yeah.
and we're going to. Actually, my daughter is going to make it. It's going to be. Those old-fashioned, where you stick your head in the hole,
little hole,
and
yeah,
you get
take
a
a
picture.
picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so she's going to design it for us.
Well, your daughter's such a wonderful artist.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I've sent her some pictures of what I'm looking for, and
Yeah.
she's more than happy to make
Yeah.
it for us. So, but we're going to have that at a farmer's market where families can bring their kids and get their picture taken behind the
garden setting, yeah,
scene,
yeah.
And then they'll also be able to talk about the garden club and get people to join.
Right.
So
And then also at that luncheon, I think you're announcing something
Oh.
that's very dear to your heart.
this is true.
You have donated a $4,000 scholarship in your mother's honor,
Right,
who's passed away. And it's a Linda McGill. So this is going to be the Linda McGill
Right.
scholarship
Yes.
to a horticulture student. And that would bring our horticulture amount up to $12,000.
Right.
So that's a
Yeah.
lot to support our future.
Right.
That's our future are these students. So
Yeah.
that's why we thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, my mom was a city girl who learned to become a farmer.
Oh, my.
So that's the reason why I wanted to do it, was for her. Because
And she loved planting.
oh, she did,
Yeah.
and she ran the farm.
Yeah.
That we grew up on.
Wow.
Us 5 kids, and
Wow.
so it was quite good.
Well, that's a nice honor for her.
Yes.
So, and then July and August, actually the year ends, but then we just take the summer off,
Correct,
basically,
yes.
from meetings or events usually. So,
Right.
but you are planning something in July, aren't you?
In July is going to be our culmination of the 50th.
Okay.
We're going to do a big luncheon for all the members. It's going to be. We're hoping to have some speaker there and everything, and so the plans are still in the works, but
Yeah,
it should
like
be
the
quite
crescendo of the
yes,
celebration.
Yes, and kind of
So.
do an appreciation luncheon for the members to
Yeah,
show
our
them how
members
much.
really work hard.
Oh, they do.
really do.
That's right. We wouldn't have the money for our scholarships without our members.
And
the
we do
work
those
they
other projects. We work the cemetery, Bella
Yes.
Vista Memorial Garden Cemetery,
Yes, we
and then the
maintain
Blue Star
that.
Memorial at the Welcome Center, and the
Yes.
Veterans Wall, and there's a lot of things that the Garden Club gets involved with.
Yes.
Yeah, really do.
A lot of
They're
community
hard workers,
stuff that
yeah.
is really,
Yeah.
but I think it'll be a really big event and hopefully and a great way to celebrate
50
our
years.
50 years.
Yeah. So, anyway, then come and join us.
Yes.
And
We just want people to come and join the Bella Vista Garden Club and see what a great organization we are, and
there's
the
been
fun
some wonderful
activities.
friendships
Yes.
that have bonded
It is
with
a
this club.
great way, if you're new to the area, to meet people and learn about gardening for this area.
Yeah,
So
it's different.
because there's so many
Yeah.
knowledgeable members.
Yeah. Now we also support other nonprofits too.
Yes. We've
In
done
addition to the scholarships.
right. We've given we do donations every year. This year we donated to the community television. We also did the animal shelter and the Bella Vista courtesy van and the Bella Vista library.
Yeah.
So-
We support them all.
We do.
That's good. So it's a great way to meet people. So
Yes.
If you want to join and have some fun, just come
Right.
on. And then our website, you can just go to our website and get the application form, fill it out, and mail it in. So it's real easy. So, well, we're going to have a wonderful year,
Yes.
and we're not the oldest garden club in the area, but
No.
50 years is a long time. So,
Yes.
yeah. And then we need to talk about what to do in our gardens in August.
Yes.
Other than water and water and weed and
yes.
weed. And we've had some horrific July temperatures.
Yes,
July has been
yes.
terrible. August has started out a little cooler, but you know
Yes.
it's gonna.
Well, hopefully it stays that way. But
I don't think so.
I don't either.
think
Typically,
so.
August is the hottest.
Yeah. So it's just going to be water and weed and water and weed in
Yes.
August. So.
Yes.
So.
I know our annuals and the herbs have really taken a beat with the heat.
Yeah, they have.
So you know, some may need to be pulled out because they're just
Yeah.
they can't not
And I
doing
think
well.
some of the box stores and nurseries still have plants you can, you know, substitute for the ones you had to pull out. So,
Right. Yeah.
But you have
Yeah.
to pinch them back. That's
Yeah.
the main thing.
Right.
Is
Yeah, if they're
pinching them
doing well,
back
then
and
just-
fertilizing, but
Right.
not when they're dry. You
No.
want water and then fertilize. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but-
And you can harvest your herbs and
Right, and you can
pesto
make such make good flavored oils and vinegars with them too.
Yeah.
That just
that's great.
yeah, it really is.
And the perennials, the mums should be, you know, putting on their buds. If you've trimmed them back up until July 15th, they're going to be putting out their buds, and they're going to be blooming pretty soon. I think probably by the end of August, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And you just have to deadhead your perennials, and hopefully they'll rebloom.
Right.
And watch the water. It's
yes.
just water.
And that's what lawns, or have to really deep watering this
Yeah.
time of this month.
They need at
is-
least an inch a week.
Oh, at least,
At
yes,
least, yeah.
yeah. And especially as dry as we've been
Yeah.
without the rain. So,
Yeah.
and you want to hold back on the fertilizing in August.
Yeah,
And-
you could just burn your grass up with that.
oh, you really can. Yeah.
Yeah. And the roses, last feeding should be done this month, probably late this month. And then just be sure you water well before you feed so you don't burn the roots. And then watch for aphids and fungus and treat those. You know, we've got some treatments on our website. And I haven't seen too many Japanese beetles again this year. This is the
haven't
second
either.
year that I haven't
Right.
seen many, but I have an infestation of solitary bees
Wow.
everywhere. And they don't sting you, they just fly around, they put their babies in a little hole and feed their baby, either grubs, and I'm not sure if they don't use the Japanese beetles for food for in their little nest.
Well, that might be a
Because
reason
I
why we
haven't
don't have as many.
seen any-
Yeah.
I haven't seen any Japanese beetles this year.
I haven't either. So.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
You also want to check your evergreens in August for scale and bagworms. And
In trees.
yes, and then those that are planted this year, they need ample water. You make sure those trees and shrubs are well watered.
And I haven't seen too many bagworms.
No, I
I
haven't
mean,
really either.
or
so.
tent worms too. I haven't seen too many. So anyway, and the vegetables, you can enjoy your harvest. I think it's been a bumper crop for cucumbers. Everybody's got cucumbers and tomatoes. You know, the
Right.
tomatoes are done well, I think. So just have to harvest your crops, and then you can start planting at the end of the month your cabbage, beets, and lettuce, and spinach, broccoli. So you can have a new
crop.
turnover of vegetables.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then webworms.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit with the trees. But
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
seen too many webworms this
I haven't
year. Not
either.
around here.
Not
I've seen
around
them in
here.
other areas.
Right.
But they don't kill the tree
No, they don't kill the tree. They just
unless they encompass the whole tree.
right,
And usually that's the case if the tree is stressed. That's
Right.
why you got to watch your water.
right.
So
But a good way for controlling them is just to open up that web and allow the wasps to go in and
and they take care
take
of them.
care of them for you.
Yeah, they
So,
do. They feed on them.
Yeah.
And if they're really high, I mean, you could take a rake or something and break it. But if it's really high, you can take a hose with that real strong, force and shoot the hose up there to
There
break
and break the web.
nest. Yeah, so that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to spray with any chemicals. That just
Which is good.
yeah, it's just good. So anyway, that's basically what you'll have to do in your garden this month. And we start out our new year in September with meetings. It's going to be a wonderful year for Garden Club.
Yes.
And guests are always welcome. We always welcome guests to come and
Yes.
visit. And you can go to our website, bellavistagardenclub.com. And there's all kinds of gardening information there too.
Yes.
Always.
Very good site.
Yeah. So thank you, Pat, for joining me and
You're
telling
welcome.
about this wonderful year coming
Sure.
up. It's
I'm
going
glad
to be
to be
fun.
here.
We might have to have you back during the year to
Okay.
talk
yeah.
about more of these
right as
details.
these events come up.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And I hope you've enjoyed the show. And we'll tune in next month. And until then, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. And don't forget to stop at the Creeks Nursery and thank them for sponsoring us. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
So.